Hello guys and welcome to another video on how to invade USA. This is the second part of the video I did previously, so I'm still occupying those territories on northern Canada and modern day Belize, but I will use a different approach. I will invade from mainland Europe. In order to choose where to invade from, you need to be very careful because, as I always do, I go for places with no ports but close to a port, just like here. And it's important for you to see what do you have on the province you are landing. For example, here we don't have any kind of fortification of port or port, and the terrain is favorable for us. While Washington, for example, you can see they have a lot of fortifications, so it will always be difficult to take hold of this territory. So the same thing you can see, for example, if you come here closer to Philadelphia, which looks like a better place to invade. It also doesn't have any kind of fortifications, and the terrain is good. As you can see, there's no fortifications and a good terrain. And Philadelphia port is even better than Washington, and there are no fortifications in Philadelphia. But it should be difficult anyways to invade from here, as most of the units the United States will place closer to Washington. So we will try to look for a different place southern. And as you can see in Florida, it's mostly forest, even though there are many places with no fortifications or ports where you can invade from. The terrain it's not favorable for our plans, so we will look for a different place to invade. One of my favorite places to invade is actually North Carolina, as it has most of the conditions we need. It has no fortifications or naval fortifications, and the terrain is favorable for a quick invasion, because it's important, just like the Allies on D-Day, to invade and quickly get hold of a bridgehead, like expand your position so that you have more space for more units and better supply lines. So we will go for North Carolina. Yeah, that will be the plan. We will land in North Carolina and then run straight to Norfolk. So next step is for us to choose the units we want to use. As always, I will use my best units to do the main job, in this case the invasion itself. I will send my 2nd SS Panzer Army under the command of one of my best generals, and it will land close to Norfolk. And I will send also a 2nd invasion army. But before, if you invade from here, from Norfolk, you have Norfolk undefended, basically with a good port, and you have the river here to give extra protection. So it's more difficult for units coming to reinforce around Norfolk to win against you because of the rivers protecting you. So the next army I will use to do the invasion will be my Panzer Group 3. It's a Panzer Army 2 with mobile infantry and panzer divisions, and I will send this one a little bit south from Norfolk so that I can invade on 2 different places and then maybe join both armies later during the invasion. I will also do something different. I will go down and I'll take my paratroopers, which are here, and I will also use them as a fake invasion just to keep the enemy distracted. Next step is to place your fleets to cover all the stretch of the invasion. Like, your fleets must cover all places where your invasion forces will pass through. So I used small fleets, but a lot of them, to cover all the places, and putting them on raiding operations is easier for them to get naval superiority that you need to do that. Now it's just declaring war on the United States, and right before sending your armies, you should put your fleets again on convoy protection mode so that your forces get quicker to the United States and with less losses, and then launch the invasion and wait to see what happens. As you can see here, my fake invasion force is distracting the enemy soldiers while the real ones just landed. Right after you land, that's where the most important things happen. You need to be quick, taking a port and expanding your bridgehead before the enemy can actually react. Try to get as quickly as possible to the river banks so that it's more difficult. Now that I have a bigger bridge, I can send more troops. I just sent my paratroop armies, but I am also waiting for one of my infantry armies to get closer so that I can actually send them. And now that I have the infantry army, the invasion is unstoppable. It's more difficult to conquer the United States than other countries like the UK or Russia, but once you get a good foothold on the US, especially on the east coast of the US, it's easier for you to conquer the rest of the country. So from here on, it's just waiting and adapting your tactics as you go, reacting mostly to what your enemies are trying to do and going straight to the big cities as quickly as possible, because that's where you will have the points you need to win this war. And that's it, guys. The USA is toast. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.